Okay, so you've hired salespeople that haven't worked, and then you've hired some salespeople that turn into freaking monsters.
Yeah.
What do you think were the difference? And like, what did you do wrong in the hiring process and training process? And what do you just do wrong in general?
What do I do wrong?
What do you do wrong every day? I'm joking.
Oh man, I do. I do a lot wrong.
So what'd you do wrong in hiring and in training?
That's such a tough one. Now I'm not the one directly training the people, which makes it a little bit more difficult. I do sales training every week, so I do it once a week. And then most of the time they're kind of learning from Andrew or from other people. And so sometimes when you're getting information not from the source, it kind of gets trickled down or watered down a little bit. Yeah. So that's been one thing that I've learned is like they got to continue to come back and we got to train with directly from me because Andrew got as good as he is from learning directly from me. He does things differently than I do, which is fine. Everybody has their own flavor. Yeah. He's going to train people different than I would, and I want them to learn from me. Then they get their own flavor. Not okay. I trained Andrew. He's 90% like me, and then he trains them, and now they're 50%. But if they learn directly from me, maybe they'd be 75. Like I'd rather train them directly. So that's been one thing that's important for me. And the other one is role playing, listening to the calls, making sure they're actually using the stuff. Because there's this guy who pissed me off so much. I thought he was doing great because I heard Andrew and all them. They're like, yeah, he's doing good. He's bringing us leads and all this stuff. One time I was just back there listening to his call. And I was like, what was that? He had ChatGPT pulled up, asking ChatGPT to overcome whatever objection they're saying. And I'm like, bro, you got a script that took me 6 years to freaking write. Yeah. And you're not even using it at all. Like literally not even a little bit. You're asking Chat GPT. I'm like, if I ever see that again, you're fired. I'm like, that is bullcrap. It pissed me off because he's been with us for like 3 months. Yeah. And to me, it's almost like an ego thing for them. And maybe it's ego for me. I don't really care, honestly. I think it's just like, dude, I've made a lot of money in sales. And so by you never doing this before and 3 months in, you think you know better and you're not going to just follow the freaking script. Yeah. Like you must think that you're really smart, but like how much money have you made? You've not made any money from this. So please, please, please listen to me, listen to my script. If you think it's better, great. Or you think you know something better, great. Do it after you practice this one. Mm-hmm. So anyway, my biggest mistake was letting other people like think that it's going well without even going back and checking at all. I didn't check at all. I was like, oh, Andrew knows. Oh, they know. And then it's funny because Andrew got frustrated one time. He's like, bro, he's not following the script. He's not doing this. I'm like, I'm thinking maybe it's Andrew who's just like too high expectations. And I'm like, bro, you got to let him, do it, fail a little bit. And I gave Andrew bad advice because I didn't know what the guy was saying. Then once I heard him, I was just as mad as Andrew was. Once I heard the guy, I was like, bro, I'm just as pissed as you. I'm like, no, you're fired. So that's been the biggest thing is like not listening or, going back on what they're actually saying to the people.
Yeah. So what I've learned, like when you start to scale, where there's like managers and there's like different levels of team members. I learned this from Wealthy Investor. Even this just happened with Rocket Cash Offer with Justin and like the salespeople. I'm like, dude, we should be getting a deal a week, and now we're not. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, it's the marketing. It's the marketing. I'm like,
that's what they always say.
I'm like, dude, it's not the freaking marketing. The marketing didn't change. It's been the same exact damn marketing this whole time, and all of a sudden, one guy leaves, and we replace him with another guy, and now we're getting half the deals, and you think it's the marketing.
Yep.
So just because is another banger line, okay? Just because you delegate the responsibility, that doesn't mean that you are delegating the outcome. I got to figure out a better way to say that. But just because you delegate it to someone else, just because you delegate the responsibility, it doesn't mean you delegate your responsibility. Shoot, Anyways, when you delegate to someone, just because they're in charge of it now does not make me not responsible anymore.
Yeah, you have to inspect it.
Yeah,